Shotgun showdown today. So I do have an opinion on these two mics, which I will be sharing in a couple of days, but today we're just going to do a straight up head-to-head, no editorializing whatsoever. But what you're listening to right now is the DPA 2017 with a little bit of EQ on it, because this represents my work tone. This is the sound I've been using with the 2017 on a bunch of projects. So this represents the best sound that I'm going to get with the 2017 in my space doing what I do with my voice. So this is the 2017 optimized for this space. But what you'll be hearing in this shootout is me taking the EQ off and us going head-to-head with the 416. So if you want to hear what this sounds like against the 416, stick around.
From the mind of Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov.
So again, here's the 2017 with my work EQ on it. Let me take that off. And here's the 2017 flat with no EQ on it at all. And here's the 416 with no EQ on it except for its own built-in, baked-in EQ, that presence boost that gives it that punchy, in-your-face, aggressive sound. So these two mics are very different, but I do think that they represent really the best voice-over shotgun mics that you're going to find unless you go up into the $2,000 range. So the 416 is a legend. It is the legend of broadcast, of voiceover. It's an industry standard. And the 2017 is the up-and-coming young blood. So there's something about this flatter, more neutral response that I think sticks out right away. Now, the 416, this is the microphone that I think every voice actor dreams of. When you start. And for good reason. I mean, again, it is an industry standard, and what it does out of the box, you don't really need to know a whole lot about audio engineering or EQ or much to get a workable sound out of the 416 for voiceover, which is why it's an industry standard, which is why it's recommended by a lot of people, because not everyone has really good audio engineering skills or really knows how to manipulate their sound in order to get the target sound that they need. So the 416 makes it easier. But the 416 sounds like a 416. It's your voice through the 416. So enter the 2017 modern shotgun, designed to deliver, I would say it's designed to deliver clarity and versatility. Again, both are phenomenal mics, but let's break it down. So let's talk specs here. The 416 RF condenser shotgun, hypercardioid pattern, really tight, like a really tight beam on this thing. Frequency response is 40 hertz to 20K. Max SPL is 130 dB. And self-noise is 13. And really that's very similar with both mics, is the max SPL and the self-noise on both. Here on the 2017, it's the same self-noise, same max SPL, except the bigger difference is really in the size and weight. The 2017 here is, it's 184 millimeters, which is 7.2 inches. The 416 is, 250 millimeters, or about 9.8 inches. So it's about 2.5 inches longer. And the 2017 weighs 115 grams, which is very light. And the 416 weighs 175 grams. So the 2017 is about 2/3 the weight of that. And I mean, that doesn't make as much of a difference when it's hanging off of a boom arm. But if you are also going to use the mic at the end of a boom pole, it makes a difference, because it's, we're talking about the physics of it hanging at the end of a boom pole. Really definitely that 60 grams, you're going to feel it at the end of the day, believe it or not. So let's talk about the sound character of these two mics. So the 416 has this baked-in EQ curve on it, presence boost, naturally bright, punchy, aggressive, cuts through a music bed like a knife through butter. The DPA, much cleaner out of the box, flatter, more neutral tone, I would say, and so much more forgiving off-axis because it is supercardioid. and not hypercardioid. So you've got a little bit more of a sweet spot to work with. And that's good because, one of the things with working with the 416, you can get tonal changes because the beam is so tight on it. If you wander a little bit too far out of the sweet spot, a little off axis, a little bit too far off axis, then your tone changes. And luckily, the 2017 is more forgiving in that respect. So, look, ultimately, it's not about one being better than the other. It's about what works best for you and what you do. Now, let me throw the EQ back on here. I mean, so again, this is my work tone with the 2017. I really like this. I really like this sound a lot. So it's really more about what works best for what you do. If you have, let me go back to if you have a 416 and it's doing everything you need it to do, if it's getting you where you want to go, then you do not need another microphone. But if you're looking for more options, I think the 2017 has a little bit more versatility to it. I think there are different jobs you can do with the 2017 that you couldn't do with the 416. I think, character reads, audiobooks, stuff like that. And again, it's very sculptable. Let me take the EQ out. And so I think it adapts to different types of jobs and across a wider range of voicings possible with it. So ultimately, which one do you like better? Which one would you choose if you could only choose one? If you could only desert island, right? Would you choose the 416? And now both take into consideration that both are built to withstand the ruggedness of location shooting. So it's not like one would survive better than the other, as far as we know, right? So assuming that they're both rugged mics that would survive being on a desert island, which one would you choose? All right? So we put the EQ back on the 2017. Hold on. So which one would you choose, right? I want to know. I want to know what your opinion is, all right? Are you digging the 2017? Are you going to stick with your 416? Are you going to get a 416? Let me know in the comments, all right? And in a couple of days, I am going to present to you a much more editorialized version of my opinion of these two mics. So stick around for that. All right, until next time, this is Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov, fading to black. Voiceover isn't just a job, it's a career that you have to own. Get the Modern Voiceover Career Owner's Manual, the no-fluff, all-action guide to building a VO career that lasts. Gear, gigs, grit. It's all in here. Pre-order now on Amazon. Coming out on May 15th.